Outpost Infinity Siege. Is it worth the buy, guys? Is it? No. Is it? No. Is it? No. No, it's not. Let's read the words of the developer. Command mobile outpost and take Zen firearm to venture deep into the Signet surveillance off-limit area. What? Collect unique weapons, amp up the firepower of the outpost that fights with you. This is an FTD game, FPS, TD, base building, BB, GG, LOL, TP. Just doesn't say any of that. Guys, this is a game that I've been looking forward to for a long time. On paper, it's absolutely magnificent. In reality, it's a clusterfuck. So on paper, what do? On paper, you build this outpost. It's an outpost that just walks. It's a platform of hate. You can't say that. You'll go to jail in Scotland. It's a platform of just absolute destruction. Loads of turrets and guns, all kinds of stuff, and you deploy that and you fight on this against hordes of enemy. This is the tower defense section. But in order to build the guns, you need materials. So how do you get them? You go out on foot in an FPS with a decent gun and you explore the world, fighting aliens and shit, grabbing as much loot as possible. And then when you're full on the loot, you say, right, I'm going to transfer this loot back to my platform, and you have to fight a battle to do that. And then you get it all back and you build shit, and then you get attacked by waves. Guys, awesome. My kind of game. Unfortunately, guys, I should have been loving this right now. I should have been having a great day. I've had a shit day. I've had a frustrating day, guys. I should have had one of the best gaming days for years playing this, but unfortunately I've had a fucking banter piss day playing this because the execution of this game is abysmal. And I don't understand why it is abysmal. So let's start. First of all, co-op. Yes, it's co-op, but only the host progresses. The fucking person who, or people who join the host, they get pretty much all. And the host gets everything. Everybody else is just their fucking lackey. Alright, you paid your money for the game, you get all. I get everything. Thank you very much for feeding me. Oh, God. I thought we were past that with co-op games, but anyway, apparently not. Then you've got the keybinds. Oh, you got the keybinds. You can rebind all your keys. That's awesome, because there's a lot of the fuckers to rebind. But I've got a big keyboard. I'll do it. And I've got 24,000 buttons on my mouse. Let's fucking bring it. Bring it. I love it. I love when you can rebind all your keys. Unfortunately, the developer decided that about 6 or 7 of them you just can't rebind. Well, you can, but they will still do the fucking original fucking shit that he said that they should do, or she said. She said, she shells on Mac. For example, T, which is forward for me, I use TGFH because it's vastly superior to WASD. If you don't believe me, Google it, you'll see the video on my channel. But T is torch on, torch off flashlight for you Yanks. And so every time I press the T key to move forward, the fucking torch is going on and off. Like I'm flashing like a fucking lighthouse. What are you doing? So what I had to do, and there was other keys as well, like F and G and tons of others. So I had to go into the macros and start making macros to kind of make WASD be TGFH. But it was so complicated because there's so many keys to do. But I had most of them down to I had most of them done, but then there was just others that just weren't done. And then I'm doing the tutorial, which lasts for 30 minutes, which I've had to do 3 fucking times. More on that in a second. It'll say, press this key and this key to do that. No, I've rebound them. What have you rebound them to? Well, I don't fucking know. So you're constantly going between the key binds and having a look at what it means. But because the English of the developers is not very good, what they'll say for stuff that we would normally expect is completely fucking different. So you don't know what the key binds are. So you're fucking about in the game. What do you to press? Oh, God. Then you've got the worst tutorial ever written by man, ever in the history of ever. I mean, it's just appalling, the tutorial. It really is. Really is appalling. Oh, I should say at this point, I was given the Vanguard edition from the developers. I do thank you for that. Thank you very, very much. That's the edition that gets you a head start with guns that you get from the get-go. But if you don't have the Vanguard edition, you have to research them. So I don't like that fucking business practice for a start. If you're going to do expensive editions, Make it cosmetics only, please. Let's not do gun selling. But anyway, back to the why I had to do the tutorial 3 times. If you quit for whatever reason, and I've had to quit a couple of times today for different reasons, there is no press escape and save. You just expect the game to save. Nah, it's not. So if your game crashes, which is like happening all the time for the vast majority of users, hence the 32% approval rating, you have to redo the tutorial. I had to leave my PC 2 times today. So I had to, when I came back, expecting to just carry on where I'd left off, because it was at a kind of pivotal point where I'd got by that and there was a new thing starting, and I thought, right, that's obviously going to say there. No, do the tutorial again. 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes of time. But then you've got the graphics. The graphics pop in, guys, pop in. Now, normally, if you have a badly optimized game, you'll get pop in at like 100 yards, 200 yards. Maybe it's trees or mountains in the distance. I'm getting fucking pop in from 2 foot away from me fucking face. I'm getting plants around me feet popping in. It's just, it runs awful. Really awful. And then you've got the crashes, guys. I haven't had any, but I am, not stupid. I read the forums. This game is almost at overwhelmingly negative on Steam. And do you know why? Mainly because of crashing. And the higher your spec of machine, the more chance you have of having the game crash. It's Unreal 5, which is prone to crashing a bit. But still, it's just a mess. Everything's a mess. There's not one area of this game that I can look at and say, well done. Apart from on paper. If you were sketching out like your proposal for an investor on paper, I'm going to make this game, this is what you're going to do. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. But everything else is fucking awful. IGN, of course, give it 7 out of 10. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to laugh there. But it's just, I just find it hilarious. There's so much wrong with this game. And IGN have given it 7 out of 10. Well done. Well done. Of course. Now it's early access, and I'm not an idiot. I understand that early access means that the game isn't finished. And unfortunately, I don't think this should have been in early access, as it is. If this was my game, I'm not the guy that'll look at this and go, hang on a second, let's release that with f***ed up optimization, f***ed up keybinds, f***ed up co-op, f***ed up crash. Why would you release a game in this state? I just don't know. But it is released. It is what it is. It was one of the games I've been really looking forward to, because building a mobile platform full of fucking guns, defending against waves with FPS looting and exploring, man, bring that to me, please. But I haven't given up on this, and I know I've been a bit harsh here, but rightly so, because the game is a clusterfuck. It really is. But I do have faith that they can fix this, because what is wrong with the game, all the stuff I've mentioned, the stuff that's going on the forum, it's all fixable. It's not like the actual... Where you have a problem with game development is when what you have as your game on paper is shit. Now, these have done the hard bit. The hard bit is coming up with a concept that's bloody good. They've done that. All they have to do now is get it working properly. And if they can do that, this is going to be an absolutely astounding game. So I'm hoping that the developers will take all this feedback, take it on the chin, and just get hard at work and fix it. Because if they can, my goodness, what a cracking game this will be.